This show is part of OnePlace, a daily network of focused briefings across the stories people follow most.
Welcome to the show. We are diving into the biggest headlines in entertainment today, from record-breaking box office sequels to high-fashion controversies and unexpected musical reunions. Let's get right into the news.
The Devil Wears Prada, two doubles original box office records.
Bella Hadid joins a growing boycott against Jeff Bezos.
Zoe Kravitz flashes a massive engagement ring in NYC.
Spike Lee defends the Michael Jackson biopic's narrow timeline.
Serena Williams faces harsh criticism for her daring dress.
Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez pay big for co-chair status.
Blake Lively faces new scrutiny over unsealed legal documents.
Mel B and Mel C reunite for a surprise performance.
First up today, Emily Blunt is having an incredible week as The Devil Wears Prada 2 absolutely crushed its opening weekend. The sequel brought in a staggering $233 million globally, which is more than double what the original film debuted with back in 2006. Emily was spotted out in New York City with her husband John Krasinski, looking every bit the fashion powerhouse her character Emily Charlton has become. She was wearing a stunning white Stella McCartney ensemble to attend the Lucille Lortel Awards. It is clear that the appetite for this franchise has only grown over the last 2 decades, with the sequel already reaching 72% of the original film's total worldwide gross in just one weekend.
The numbers are truly historic for Emily Blunt, marking her biggest international and global launch ever. It even topped the opening weekend of Oppenheimer, which is a massive feat. The film resonated particularly well with female audiences, who made up about 76% of ticket buyers. Seeing Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, and Stanley Tucci return alongside Emily clearly hit a nostalgic sweet spot for fans. In the North American market, it even pushed the highly anticipated Michael Jackson biopic into second place. It is rare for a sequel released 20 years later to outperform the original so significantly, but the global pull of $156 million overseas shows that the Miranda Priestly effect is still very much alive.
Now let's shift to, while the box office is booming, the fashion world is facing some serious internal friction. Bella Hadid has signaled her support for a Met Gala boycott by liking a social media post that criticizes celebrities for attending the event. The controversy centers on Amazon founder Jeff Bezos serving as a co-chair this year. The post Bella liked specifically called out the hypocrisy of stars wearing pins protesting immigration policies while attending an event backed by Bezos. This stems from Amazon's reported contracts with ICE and data hosting for Palantir. Bella, who has been a staple at the gala 5 times in the past, seems to be joining other major stars like Zendaya and Meryl Streep, who are notably absent or have stepped down from leadership roles.
The backlash is gaining significant traction online, with fans interpreting Bella's social media activity as a definitive confirmation that she won't be walking the red carpet. Actress Taraji P. Henson also expressed confusion over the situation in the comments of the same video. The tension highlights a growing divide between the traditional high society glamour of the Met Gala and the political activism of its younger attendees. With Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez taking such a prominent role as honorary co-chairs, the event's association with big tech and government contracts has become a lightning rod for criticism. It puts the remaining A-list attendees in a difficult position as they navigate the optics of participating in fashion's biggest night amidst these very public protests.
Next up, despite the controversy, the pre-gala festivities are still in full swing in New York City. Anna Wintour hosted her traditional glitzy dinner on Sunday, and all eyes were on Zoe Kravitz. The Batman actress was seen flashing a massive engagement ring, confirming her engagement to Harry Styles after a whirlwind 8-month romance. Zoe, who is serving as a co-chair of the Met Gala host committee, looked incredible in a textured mint sweater and a floral dress. The pairing of Kravitz and Styles has been a hot topic for months, and seeing the ring in person at such a high-profile event really solidified the news for fans. She was joined by a long list of other stars who were braving the headlines to celebrate the new exhibit.
The guest list for the dinner was a true who's who of the industry. Nicole Kidman made a sophisticated entrance in a black dress, preparing for her role as a co-chair alongside Beyoncé and Venus Williams. We also saw Sabrina Carpenter in a sheer lace bodice and Donatella Versace in a glittering champagne gown. The theme for this year is costume art, and the dress code, fashion is art, was already being interpreted in various ways at the dinner. Even Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez were there, holding hands as they made their way inside. It is interesting to see the contrast between the stars who are boycotting and those who are leaning into the event's new leadership, making for a very complex atmosphere heading into the main gala.
Moving on to, in the world of film, director Spike Lee is stepping up to defend the new Michael Jackson biopic, titled Michael. The film has faced criticism for omitting the child sexual abuse allegations that surfaced later in the singer's life. Spike Lee, who has seen the film twice and says he loves it, argues that the criticism is misplaced because the movie's timeline ends in 1988. Since the first public allegations didn't emerge until 1993, Lee insists that including them wouldn't make sense for the specific story being told. He told CNN that critics are essentially complaining about the absence of something that falls outside the scope of the narrative. The film stars Jackson's nephew, Jafar Jackson, and focuses on his rise from the Jackson 5 to his early solo superstardom.
Despite the defense from Lee, the omission remains a point of contention for many who feel any definitive look at Jackson's life should address the controversies that defined his later years. However, the box office numbers suggest that the general public is still very interested in the King of Pop's musical legacy. Spike Lee pointed to the film's commercial success as a sign that audiences are showing up regardless of the critical debate. The movie charts the incredible journey of a global icon, and by stopping in 1988, it captures the peak of his cultural influence during the Thriller and Bad eras. It is a calculated, creative choice that has clearly sparked a wider conversation about how we portray complicated figures in biographical cinema and where the line should be drawn.
Now back to the fashion scene. Serena Williams is finding herself at the center of a social media firestorm following her appearance at Anna Wintour's pre-Met Gala party. The tennis legend wore a very revealing backless red sequin gown that featured a daring open-side design. While Serena is known for her bold fashion choices, this particular look was met with a wave of negative comments online. Some fans labeled the outfit as cheap and tacky, pointing out what they felt was an inappropriate level of exposure for the event. The dress showed off her legs and part of her derriere, leading to a lot of chatter about whether her styling team missed the mark. It was a polarizing moment for an athlete who usually receives praise for her red carpet style.
The criticism on social media was quite harsh, with some users suggesting she needs to hire a new team of stylists. One fan even called it a horrible, vulgar sight, while others noted an unfortunate moment when she was getting out of her car. In contrast, her sister Venus Williams received much more positive feedback for her sleeveless, beaded black and red gown. It is a reminder of how intense the scrutiny can be during the lead-up to the Met Gala, where every detail is analyzed by millions. Serena has always been a trailblazer who isn't afraid to take risks, but this specific silhouette seems to have missed the mark with her audience. Despite the noise, she remains a key figure in the gala's leadership this year.
Next up, speaking of the gala's leadership, more details are emerging about Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's involvement. Reports suggest the couple may have paid as much as $10 million to secure their roles as honorary co-chairs. This massive contribution reportedly put them in high favor with Anna Wintour, who uses the gala as the primary fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute. The couple arrived at the pre-gala dinner in style, with Bezos in a gray suit and Sanchez in a striking red jacquard ensemble. Their presence as lead sponsors marks a shift in the gala's power structure, bringing in massive tech wealth to support the arts. Former Vogue editors have noted that the Bezoses now represent a new peak of American status and wealth.
This conspicuous consumption is exactly what has fueled some of the backlash we discussed earlier. By essentially buying their way into the inner circle of fashion's most exclusive night, Bezos and Sanchez have become symbols of the event's increasing commercialization. However, from a fundraising perspective, their contribution is a significant win for the museum. The new Condé Nast galleries, which the Gala is celebrating, were made possible in part by this level of sponsorship. Lauren Sanchez looked every bit the part of a fashion icon in her low-cut blazer and pristine blowout, showing that she is ready to embrace her new role. Whether the public accepts this new era of the Met Gala remains to be seen, but the financial impact they are making is undeniable.
Now let's look at... In a surprising turn of events, Blake Lively is facing new scrutiny over unsealed documents related to the ongoing It Ends With Us saga. The documents reportedly suggest some behind-the-scenes tension and what some are calling shady behavior regarding her involvement in the project. This comes as the production has been plagued by rumors of a rift between Lively and her co-star and director Justin Baldoni. The newly released information has reignited interest in the drama, with some insiders claiming it paints a different picture of the actress's role in the creative process. Blake has been a beloved figure in Hollywood for years, so these allegations of being difficult or manipulative on set are hitting her reputation hard as fans try to piece together the truth.
The situation is particularly sensitive because the film is based on such a popular and emotionally charged book. Fans are very protective of the source material, and any hint of drama that might have affected the final product is being closely watched. While Blake hasn't officially commented on the unsealed documents, the Team Truth movement online is pushing for more transparency. It is a reminder that even the most polished celebrity images can be challenged when legal documents and behind-the-scenes accounts become public. As the saga moves toward its conclusion, the industry is watching to see how this affects Blake's future projects and her standing with fans who have supported her since her Gossip Girl days. The fallout from these revelations could have long-lasting implications for her career.
And finally, we end on a high note with a surprise Spice Girls reunion. Mel B and Mel C shocked fans in Leeds, England, when they unexpectedly shared the stage for an epic performance. Mel C was performing a show following the release of her new album, Sweat, when she brought out Scary Spice to help her sing their iconic hit, Spice Up Your Life. This marks the first time the two have performed together since the 2019 Spice World Tour. The crowd was absolutely electric, as no one expected to see two members of the legendary group together again so soon. It was a moment of pure nostalgia that quickly went viral on social media, proving that the world is still very much in love with the Spice Girls.
What makes this reunion even more interesting is that it comes just a month after Mel B shot down rumors of a full reunion tour, saying it wasn't happening because not everybody wants to be honest. Her willingness to join Mel C on stage suggests that while a full 5-member tour might be off the table, the individual bonds between the members are still strong. Fans are already speculating if this could lead to more small-scale collaborations, or perhaps a 4-piece reunion in the future. Even without Victoria Beckham, the energy between Mel B and Mel C was undeniable. It is a great reminder of the lasting power of 90s pop culture and the joy that these surprise moments can bring to fans who have been following them for decades.
That wraps up our briefing for today. Make sure to follow us for your daily dose of the stories that matter most. We will see you back here tomorrow.